No, this is not clickbait. This is legit. There is a Jujutsu Kaisen spin-off that is official. Like the first chapter is actually already like through kind of like the leaker community by now. I've personally seen the first chapter already, or at least the majority of the pages. Some of them translated, some of them not. I'm not going to spoil any of that here. I just want to talk about what seems to have already been officially revealed, like stuff from Gege himself. Because it's not just a spin-off that we're talking here. There's also like other novels that are going to be coming that are taking place within the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. But we'll get to that in a second. First, some of you may already know what I'm talking about here, but a while back, or a few weeks back, it was announced that Gege was coming out with a new series called Mojuro, but he wasn't going to be actually drawing it. He was only writing the story and taking on or working with another artist to actually draw the manga. And his name, I can't remember off the top of my head, but the whole point is that he was just going to be writing this one. We got this image that you see here, and that's pretty much all the information we got about it to that point. And we just kind of all assumed that it was just a completely new story, something that was obviously completely separate from Jujutsu Kaisen, and just be about a cool new world that he builds out. Well, with what's been released, that is definitely not the case. This is a direct spin-off off of Jujutsu Kaisen, and the one thing that I will say that I don't think is going to spoil anything really, is that it follows Yuta's grandkids, the people that you see like at the very end of the series. But what I do want to talk about is like the specific message that Gege put out there, telling everyone about this, I guess maybe new universe that he's building out. Gege says here, "Hello, it's Akutami. It's been a while. While serializing Jujutsu Kaisen, I received several offers for spin-offs written by others. However, because manga is a medium where things can easily get out of my control, I was afraid of the title spreading in ways I couldn't manage. So at the time, I couldn't accept those offers. But when this particular offer came, and I thought about how it might expand the main story, delve deeper into its settings, or even shift eras entirely, that's going to be exciting, I realized that if it were set in a parallel line, it could open the door to many different projects. This became the spark that gave rise to Mojuro, which originally didn't even have a single concrete idea, and after numerous planning meetings, it finally came to life. This will be a short-term serialization, about half a year, collected in roughly 3 volumes. The artist is the incredibly talented Yuji Iwasaki, and the rest is just a little bit of glazing on the artist. Now, of course, some of the things may have stuck out to you in this whole description, like, for example, like transitioning entire eras. Maybe we get that Heian era flashback in one of the novels or something, because again, we're going to cover the novel stuff in a second. But also, I think it's interesting that he says that it's something that's separate from the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, when, from what I've seen from the first leaked chapter of Mojuro, it seems very much connected. But I really want to say like the one crazy like kind of twist or wrinkle to like the story that there is, because it brings in like a completely different like variable and angle that I never thought would be coming with like a Jujutsu Kaisen project. But nonetheless, it seems pretty cool. The art from what I saw was pretty clean, looked very good. And I'm definitely excited for the official release of this now that we have like confirmation that it is a direct spin-off of JJK. It's a continuation pretty much, at least it seems like in a way. It's going to be short. It's only going to be spread across 6 months and make up 3 volumes, but it's still going to be, in my opinion, probably a pretty good story. Because, Gege's writing it. Also, one thing I want to talk about is the fact that there are going to be Jujutsu Kaisen spin-off novels as well, and they're going to be written by a horror novelist. So that's pretty exciting, because like a lot of the Jujutsu Kaisen like world is very like gritty and dark, especially with like some of the crazy art styles that Gege has used for curses. So honestly, I think this is a perfect setting for a horror novelist to just go crazy with the world and create some amazing storylines. I've never been much of like a light novel reader, but this seems like something that might break that trend for me. I don't know, it just leaves me pretty excited that like some of the open-ended stuff that came with like the very ending of Jujutsu Kaisen, the end of the manga, some of those holes might get filled in with these various spin-off stories. Now, I'm assuming not all of them are going to be like actually directly tied to the series. They might take place in a completely different universe, like he was mentioning in his message. But I'm hoping that we at least get some kind of like Heian era flashback, or some kind of expansion on a lot of the things that are involved in the Jujutsu Kaisen lore that we got like almost no information on. But I don't know, this seems like a lot of exciting news to me. Very happy to see that JJK's back. I'm definitely going to be covering as much of this as I can as more news comes out. In the meantime though, subscribe or comment, let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments comments below. And also, if you have a chance, click the link in the description and use my code AnimeX at checkout. If you enjoy Gamer Subs, you can get a 10% discount if you use my code. And Gamer Subs is what helps me stay up so late to be able to make these videos when like this random news drops. Because it's 2 days in a row now that we have pretty big news dropping for anime. Last night it was One Punch Man Season 3. Had to cover that too, and stayed up till 2 a.m. and Gamer Subs definitely helped me with that. But anyway, enough Gamer Subs glazing. That does it for this one. Have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. See you guys in the next one, and peace out.